Hey guys, it's Carl Brown from Guitar Lessons, thrash.com. Today we're going to finish up Raining Blood by Slayer. So in the first lesson, I took a look at that main riff, the opening. We took a look at that and the other riff that came after it. We're going to clear up all the other riffs in the song now, and we're also going to do the harmony guitar parts. So the first thing we're going to take a look at is the harmony part that happened over that main riff that we learned in the first video. Well, it's pretty simple. If you know that one, just basically move everything down one string. So have the low E string you're starting with, but instead of going to the 7th fret on the A string, make sure you're still tuned down a half step, or just like in the first video. We're going to be over here at the 7th fret on the A string and do the same lick. Alright, so that's the harmony part, the harmony line for it. It changes later on in the song, so we'll cover that as well. But that is the harmony part for the main riff in the intro section. Alright, so then after when we finally get to the really fast section, it starts out by just doing a 4-note. So we're going to be doing this. We're going to play 5, 3, 2, 0. Upstroke, all alternate picking. So down, up, down, up. You're going to heavily palm in it. And then move everything up 1 fret. But you still have the open string. So it goes 6, 4, 3, 0. So we have this. Alright, so now that is super fast. So slowing it down, speed it up. Alright, so they do it so fast on recording, it's really hard to make it even come out. So they just do that for a little bit. And then they kick into the main riff that involves that lick, which sounds like this. So we're just breaking up that thing. We're still doing that. So, but we stop after, halfway point. You just do the 5, 3, 2, 0 and grab that power chord there off the 1st fret of the A string, and then back. And then the next one we're gonna end with just 3, 6 power chord with the low E. So with. So it's best just to kind of get the sound of when those chords happen, and just start really locking into that riff, and then it'll just work out. If you can hear where the chords come in, it's pretty obvious. It's not very hard to count, or just feel. You really don't even have to count it. All right, now from there we have the verse, which sounds like this. Alright, so we are doing some rapid alternate picking again on the low E string, heavily palm muted. And then the power chords we're going to do halfway through there is power chord off the 8th fret of the low E, then 7 of the A, and 6. Back to the, and now we're going to end it with the hitting it twice to the 7th fret of the low E to the 10th fret. So we'll slow it down. Alright, and now we have this kind of a cool laid back lick that's got a little legato phrase in it. It sounds like this. Well, laid back for Slayer, that is. So we're gonna just 4 downstrokes in the low E string, palm muted, and the little legato lick is gonna be playing 7th on the A, hammer 10, pull off 8, and pull off to 7 again. Then back to the 8th fret with some vibrato on. and then back to the, so 3 hits on the low E, and then you do that little ascending lick. We're gonna palm mute, just really heavily palm mute all downstrokes. 7/10 on the A, 8/7 on the D. Take that into the power chord here at the 6th fret on the A string, and then over to the 5th fret on the low E twice. So this. So you do that riff 4 times, and that takes you back into the main riff again. So from there, we're going to have a different harmony after 2 times of playing the lick. The harmony is basically the same as we did before. On the same strings, just 2 frets up. So if you remember the harmony before, so just crank that up 2 frets and you'll have the harmony that happens later on in the song there. So let's see, where are we next here? We're to the breakdown section. Now this one's a fun one. This one sounds like this. So we're going to do a little bit of that there. So let me just break down. We're going to start with just the power chord here. Open E power chord, heavily palm muted. Kind of 2 hits at a time. And then we have, so that's going to be open, everything's very palm muted, all downstrokes. Low E, 7th fret there on the A string. So first 2 hits, and then 10 on the A string to the 9th fret on the D. All right, now the lick is going to stay the exact same, except the very last note, the top note, is going to go down a fret each time. So like this. All right, now the 4th time through, we're basically just going to go that same 0/7 that starts it to 10 again, straight down to 9 on the A string. So all together. Repeat. All right, so he's going to do that riff 4 times, and then we kick into just like a power chord version of that riff, which sounds like this. That's a fun one. So we have this. We open E string twice, low E palm muted. Then the power chord at the 3rd fret on the low E. Jump over to the 2nd fret power chord off the A string. All right, so just like that top lick, the top power chord is gonna go down a fret each time. So we have this. That's the 2nd fret there. Then the 1st. Then the open A. So we have this. And then low E open, and then slide the power chord from the 3rd fret down to the 2nd on the low E string. So we have this. All right, so now at the end we have this outro section, which has this crazy guitar bar dives going on. It's not really a guitar solo, it's really kind of those Slayer-esque, really where they're just hitting a bunch of harmonics and open strings, and just really really kind of creating chaos and stuff. So it really doesn't you're not going to be able to recreate it. So just basically hit some harmonics there, like on the open G, and then the 5th fret, and just go nuts. Just grab with your picking hand, just grab your whammy bar and just go nuts with the guitar. That's really what you're gonna do. And have a drink with the other hand. That's gonna make it sound exactly like it. All right. So, but underneath that, we do have a distinct guitar riff, and it sounds like this. All right, so that section is just going to start with just the low E string, alternate pick, just basically tremolo picked. And then we're going to take it, you really don't need the full power chords, but just you're going to have them there for good measure. The lowest note is really what's heard the most, but start with the low E. We're going to keep this picking going the entire time. So the chords it's going to be based off of is low E, 3, the power chord, these are all six string power chords off the 6th string. 3, and then 7, 6, 3. So you do that 4 times. And then after the 4th time, off those 3 that ends it, go now to the 4th fret, and the melody's gonna be this. So it's 4, 8, 7, 8 again, and then back to the first one. All right, so over that, you just continue that tremolo picking. All right, so I hope you guys enjoyed it. I'll see you again soon for GuitarLessons365.com.